trenches better than for those guys to fire off in the run game, and then for the defense to be playing off their heels. That's how we want to play offense. We want to be attacking, and we want to be on the attack at all times. And when you run the ball, it allows for that front line to have an easier down than a normal pass down when they're expecting it on the third down or no passing down. So it makes it my job a lot easier when we're running the ball very effectively. Oh, I actually went through the whole 2016 finals run. I started the NBA has the full game 1 highlights. I watched the heartbreak of game 1 through 4 or 5, whatever it was, and then I watched both drop 42, and I was like, man, what a performance. And then he goes for 42, and I was like, all right. I probably got, like, right before we went out there, I was like, probably first half of game 7. There were a couple of Kyrie transition baskets where I'm like, oh, if I could do that, that would be a great Sunday.
As a football player, are you more motivated to anything by other athletes in other sports or football?
I think of the football staples that I've had in my life. Being that the first sport I played as a young kid, I know there was a point in my career where watching my brother's highlights was a pregame routine for me. And I know if I'm ever feeling like I'm not connected with them, or that some of my brothers miss the family FaceTime in the morning, they'll get thrown on the highlight tape. But I know my dad always used to show me Lawrence Taylor highlights and Walter Payton and some of the physicality, and some of those guys were getting hit back in the day. And you're like, wow, that one would put me out for a couple weeks, and so it gives me motivation. Like, man, I could go out there and hit somebody. I think it's been some finding kind of those sweet moments where I enjoy it, especially in where we are playing football. I think there hasn't been a dull moment for us out here. There's been the ebbs and flows, like Coach always says, but it has been so exciting this year. All the different challenges that this year has presented. Being out there with Devontae, I'm like in our pregame walkout now. It's just me and him that go out there. And I told him, we were just talking about this last time. Like, yo, I FaceTime my friends back in Utah, and they can't believe that. Like, I used to wear ankle socks because of you, and now I'm like, we're walking out on pregame together, and like the photos and the videos, it was 1-2 and 1-7. So I'm continually blessed, and it keeps me going.
Going back to the run game, there's been a lot said about your physicality and your willingness to run block and do it well. Kind of, why is that important to you, and what do you think about you allows you to thrive in that aspect?
I think the little brother in me definitely allows me to thrive in that role. All the times where I tried my hardest and it just wasn't good enough just because they were bigger. He could stick his arm out and palm my head, and I was struggling to try to get some type of movement. So the ability to hunker down and to think of the guy behind me in our running backs run the ball, that's my little brother. I have the opportunity to protect him. I take that with great pride, and it just makes it fun. I think the physicality of the game of football, it is in the run game, and there's no better form of it when it's right there and everybody knows how this play is about to get drawn up, and it's that guy in front of you who's going to bow out first. And we take great pride in being able to be the one that moves forward.
What makes you so proud of you guys? Is it something you just
I know something for me from the moment I walked into this building, being able to meet with him, and the constant communication that he always took the time and the opportunity to tell me in the run game, this is who we're ID, this is how we're going to, or in the past game, hey, I like what you did here. And it started from when I first walked in, and to the conversations we have now in the mornings, being the father and a new father that I am, and some of the conversations are about ball, and some of the things are like, man, how do I get this baby to fall asleep? So just the genuine person that he is, and it bleeds into who he is as a football player. But I think the genuine care that he has, it definitely is felt.
How about just to be recognized as the NFC Offensive Player of the Week? Do you put much stock in that? Do you enjoy the moment, or how do you kind of process it?
I think enjoy the moment. I think in some, I've heard Matthew say it, in some of these awards, just like we kind of talking about in the run game, it is a process to get to the pass game. It isn't just we line up there, and it's a premier look to go out there. So I think of the opportunities to share those opportunities with the linemen, and especially number 9. Obviously, the connection we're able to have out there, I don't take that for granted. To be on the same page it's hard to do. So I enjoy those moments, and I feel like it's an award for both of us. But it makes it fun because then the standard is risen for myself, and then also for our unit. So I think it's fun.
You won that award, and you were on the field for less than half the snaps in the game. I mean, you've been using 3 tight ends so much. Do you feel fresher? Do you notice that like you've been on the field, maybe not as much as
I definitely saw it. I think it's fun. We're talking about the run game so much, so it's fun to see out those boys. And when I get to go out there and our 13 personnel, I feel like this is just all tight ends out here. I'm like, this is fun. We get to go out here and they know we're getting ready to mash somebody. So it's been fun for our offense to go out there and execute and every personnel group that we have. But it's also nice to come out here and be like, all right, I'm fresh to run these routes.
What kind of challenges did Detroit operate you guys?
I think in their front, obviously they have some great rushers on the edge, and then their secondary and the ability to play man. I'm like they're going to be up in the front. They're a physical outfit. So I think in some of the teams that we played, you look in some of the tape, especially early in the season when we got a chance to play the Texans and you play the Eagles, and you watch on tape and how they rally to the football. I think it's something that is clear and evident on the tape, and it's going to be a challenge for us to continue to do what we do at a high level.